Man at the world, welcome back, or welcome for the first time, if first time seeing me. My name is Dean Gonzalez. I am a comedian out of Miami, currently living in LA, just to give you a crash course of Poppy over here. I don't suck, been doing this 6 years, and I actually had a very big week. But first, how you doing? How was your week? Was it good? Yeah, not bad? All right, good. Was it shitty? Well, fuck it. Let this new week be better. Cheers to you. While as I drink and sip my Pinot Grigio. I usually do coffee, but I party too hard this weekend, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. I already told you I'm from Miami. If you know what I mean, right? Anyways, yeah. I partied a little too hard, so I don't need any more caffeine, is what I'm saying. Great week, man. Just coming off of a big, strong week where I did the Comedy Store, did great. I followed a super headliner by the name of CP, Chris, a.k.a. Chris Powell, that he hosts Crack 'em Up Thursdays. Big thank you to Nichelle Murdoch once again for putting me on for the second time there. My favorite show, the Comedy Store. Been there 20 plus years, so did good. I thought I survived. You know, this guy CP is no joke. He's one of those guys that he literally does like a comedy special when he goes up to start off the show, and then he goes, anyways, as the crowd is still dying laughing. Anyways, give it up for this next guy. What is it? Give it up for this guy, whoever. And then people are just like, as they're laughing, clap, and then you try to ride that wave. From what I see, and this is not taken away from any of the comics that I've seen so far there, but I would say 6 out of 10 times they either do okay or they don't do okay at all. And it's not their fault. It's just that they're following a monster killer, top 5 in the city. And I knew what I was getting myself into. Matter of fact, I was hoping that I follow this guy. And not only did I follow him, but I went first right after his opening set when he completely just leveled it. And I did good, man. And I know I did good because I felt I survived. But I asked him afterwards, and he told me, no, you more than survived, bro. You did good. Let's get a pic. Boom, boom, boom. And repost on his stories. So there you go. All right, leveled up. That's my little fanboy moment of being a real comedian. All right, this is my One of the seniors gave me a sophomore the fucking high five. Cool, yeah, woo, yeah. But definitely leveled up, and the fact that I'm in the Comedy Store is just a blessing in itself. So big shout out to that. And then what else did I have? I had the next Friday. Oh, yeah, I had my headliner show at Flappers where it was me, Dean Gonzalez, and friends. And when I tell you this night was legendary, that is an understatement. I did, first off, the lineup. I got to just thank them real quick. That's going to be Dina Cruz from Miami. She was in town, and she did a great job. Starting it off for us, PJ, who's he's a regular at Flappers. He usually hosts a Yoo-Hoo room there. And then Paul, who's the sound engineer. So big thank you to those two guys. And then Andrea Lugo, who is my second time working with this lovely young lady. And let me tell you, one of the funniest and laid-back comedians you could ever ask for to work with. Like, I'm taking a page out of her book as far as etiquette, demeanor, and just all around chill vibe. What a beautiful person this comedian is to work with. Never gives me any issues or problems or stresses or annoyances. So she did great. And then my boy Randy Valerio, who you already know, I do a podcast sometimes with. His podcast, Ready, Set, Blow, another funny podcast. And, of course, my boy Fonto, who is probably the first comedian I met out here when I first came in 2020. During the pandemic, and we did an outside backyard show at some warehouse, and it was a competition nonetheless. And I remember Fonto saying, "What's the prize for winning this competition? To never come back here again?" And it was just funny. And then I did my set. He gave me props for that. And then ever since then, he's been showing me love, and that's like my boy for life over here in L.A. But then after him, me. And your boy killed it. Your boy killed it. And I want to shout out to the people who bought tickets. I want to shout out to the couple people who walked in from the bar at Flappers, and I want to shout out just anyone who showed up that night, even if it was a comp ticket. We almost packed the place out, and it was a little bit of everything: Armenians, Mexicans, whites, gays, Jews, everything. We had a Palestinian there, and I love that, man. And that's been my experience throughout this whole time that I've been here. So I've been here like a year and like a month already, and I've done Mexican shows, I've done Armenian shows, I've done white shows, I've done Jew shows. I've done it all. I don't know why I whisper when I say Jew, but you know. And what a treat it was to have a little bit of everything at my show, because we all had a great time, man. I'm talking about a great time. If you don't follow me on Instagram or TikTok, please do. Dean_Gonzalez with a number 3 at the end. Cheers to all of you, every single one, and the staff, of course, the double Joshes, Nikki, the waitress, everybody. Oh, and William, the other manager who put me up on the main show right after that. So not only did I have my first time headlining a show in LA at a major club, but I also did a first guest spot at Flappers in the main room for Famous Fridays. And I was on the lineup with like Dean Delray, who was another Dean that's already a legend. And the guy, Billy, I'm sorry, I forget his name now, but the guy from Mike and Molly, super nice guy. I'm sorry, I don't remember your last name, sir. It's a very white last name, but he's very nice. And oh man, he lost a lot of weight, by the way. Have you seen this guy from Mike and Molly with Melissa McCarthy? I just used to call him Mr. McCarthy. That's what I used to call him, because that show was so funny, but I never knew his real name. But it's Billy, and he lost so much weight, dude. This guy looks great, man. He looks like one of the Duck Dynasty guys now, without the beard. Yeah, he looks like one of the Duck Dynasty guys with beard alopecia. He looks great, man. Shout out to that guy. He was super nice and inviting. And what did I follow? Did I follow him? Yeah, I followed him. He did great. And then I went up and killed it. And that's it, man. Just what a legendary night. And then we all hung out at the bar afterwards, threw back a couple shots, took some pictures, and I just sound so happy, don't I? I sound like a little fat boy in a candy store, because I still am. I'm still on that high. But anyways, they'll be here from the 1st to the 12th of May. That's going to be such a great time to be in the city. I got a show on the 2nd, which is this Thursday at this place called Nosotros with a great lineup. Saul Trujillo is going to be on it. He has his own Netflix lineup too at the Comedy Store. Sidney Castillo as well going to be on it, and Dean Gonzalez as well. So I'm there. And then 5th, Cinco de Mayo, I'm going to be at the Irvine Improv with my boy Ahmed. And then the 9th of May, I will be in San Diego as well at the Mic Drop again. We're going back to the Mic Drop, baby. San Diego was super lit. Love San Diego. Going back. Killed out my headliner show over there. I think I talked about it the last podcast. Did I? Oh, yeah, I did, but I didn't even put out the last podcast, guys. I felt it was too boring, and I was already too much in my head about the big week coming with the Comedy Store and my first headliner show that I listened to the podcast back, and I was just like, bro, I'm not putting this out. This shit is a snooze fest. This shit is melatonin in HD. So I didn't put it out, but yeah, SD was really tight, man. I love San Diego. Anyways, I'm going to be doing the big room now. Before I headlined the small room, killed it. Shout out to everybody who was on that show. And this time I'm going to be there with the Med in the big room. So that's May 9th. And then I come back in the city, and then whatever. I'm just going to check out some of my boys' shows that they're doing, some theaters and Netflix or whatever. It's going to be a fun time in the city, man. And I really hope that all these guys that have a shot with them knock it out the park, man. I will be official, and I will be on the next Netflix festival 1,000% next time they come around, whether it be next year and 2 years from now. I just feel like this one. Uh, I guess I could have asked a couple people about it or inquired, because you don't get what you don't ask for. That's number one. But honestly, guys, as good as I am, and I feel as confident as I am on the mic, and if you see me, you know how confident I am. There's still, for me, as a comedy student, I just want to make sure that I resonate on camera the same way that I resonate in person. Because in person, live, I just make sure we all have fun. And you can't really tell if that's the same way it resonates on camera, broadcast to whatever, 1 million people. You know, whenever I look, or let's say when I try to cut up a clip for Instagram purposes or TikTok purposes, and I'm scrolling through, I mean, I'm my own harshest critic. I think we all are. But I always think like, man, damn, I don't know. I guess you just had to be there for this show. It's popping. It popped so loud. They got such great laughs, but I don't know. I don't like watching it too much. And that's not for everything. For 75% of things, it'll work, you know? And maybe I'm just not cutting them up right, because I'm not like the best editor no more. You know, ever since I started focusing all my attention on just comedy and going up all the time. But there is something to that. Being great live, and I've seen it myself. I've seen guys that murder on stage when you're in the room, but when they know that there's a camera on, it's like something in the back of their mind, or in the back of my mind as well, that knows that it's on. So you kind of always have your peripherals focused on where the camera's at, while you're like staring blankly at the audience, just to make it seem like you're not focused on the camera when you actually are. So it's just an extra thing to put in the back of your mind, as well as whatever else that you're trying to make sure that you're not doing, as far as making sure the quality-wise, like, for instance, not cursing too much. That's another thing. When I watch myself back, I'm like, yo, why am I cursing so much? Why am I... like, I'm just my own harshest critic. Anyways, next time Netflix comes around, I will inquire, and I will get on Netflix, even if I got to knock on the door myself and go downtown to wherever they're at. They're only a hop and a skip away now. I'm in LA now. That's the thing about LA that's so perfect and beautiful. If I want an opportunity, I don't really have to ask a friend who got the opportunity. I'll just go to the place itself, to the building. It's right down the block. I go Uber there. Knock on the door, go to the front desk. Hey, excuse me, my name is so-and-so. Whatever it is, I'll finagle my way. I'll put on a suit, put on an earpiece. I'll be like, hey, hi, I'm security here for Mr. Netflix. He's expecting me. Do you know, can you buzz me up to his office, please? Excuse me, sir, Mr. Netflix? Who is that? That's the guy, Mr. Netflix, the guy who's John Netflix. Sir, get out. My point is, they're right down the block. I could go anywhere. If I want them, I want Amazon, I'll just do it myself. I'm going to get on next one, and I will have my penmanship super on point, because you guys got to remember, this is all me. A lot of the other guys you see, I would say 80% of them, it's not only all them. They have a huge team behind them, or they have the family integrated behind them, or they have, which is fine. It's fine. I've already gotten accustomed, especially in my days in Miami, to do things myself. There's not many bridges in Miami, but I promise you one thing, I've burned most of them over there during my comeuppance. And guess what? Still swam across. Still was going up every week in bar shows or whatever. Still even got booked at the places I was shadow banned at. How? Because I was cool and always kept it real with other producers and other comedy comrades. And if I was officially banned from anywhere, then they'd have to like make a big stink about it, and then they'd really bring attention to little old me. And they'll be like, oh, who you guys officially banning? Who? Dean Gonzalez? Who is he? And then boom, you just gave me free promotion in the other way, in the back doorway. So I am so used to doing things by myself. But here's the difference now. I'm not Mean Dean no more. I'm not going to be as assertive anymore as far as over there. Over there is because we're all sharing crumbs. And there's very limited opportunities over there. So I had to kind of be like very nice at first. And if people don't take my nice and kindness as a way to look at me and see how I could bring value to the small table, which is the city of Miami, then I'll just flip the table over and say, fuck it, I'm taking my table somewhere else. And it worked. But this time over here, I not only do I, of course I could be like that. I mean, some of my friends are like that. I call them radioactive because they're like that. They're like me over here. But I don't want to be like that no more. I'm not Mean Dean no more, guys. I am Serene Dean. Mean Dean stays in Miami. Mean Dean. And if Mean Dean ever had to make an appearance over here in L.A., trust and believe it's not going to be Mean Dean. It'll be some guy in a black mask. That's all I'm going to say. And I've already said too much. Cheers to that. As I sip my wine with my pinky up. Huh? That's how you know I mean it, boy. I said that shit like Tony Soprano. I said a vague, dark, ominous threat and then swiftly proceeded to take a golf swing and punt a birdie or whatever they do in golf. I don't know. Just like that George W. Bush clip. Remember, he was like, we're going to get ISIS. We're going to cut off their heads. And we're going to take down Saddam Hussein. Now watch this golf swing. Serene Dean. But that's not all it takes, you know. Being serene and kind is not all it takes. Being smart, being funny, being consistent, being humble, and being true to my character and my integrity is what I am going to bring to any table that I go to. You know, it's because I have my own table, man. You know, and I don't really try to walk around with main character syndrome. But at the same time, of course I'm a main character. But also I know how to play my role. If I'm in a team, I bring mad value to the table. I know that. What do you want to do? We need protections? All right, hold on. Which gun you want me to take? Which gun you want? Here, hold this. I'll take the 9. You take the Ruger. Come on, let's go. What do we need? We need girls. We need some tings in the green room for after the show. Don't worry. All right, cool. I'll go round them up real quick. You take your pick. I'm not saying that that's all I do is, you know, stuff like that. What I'm saying is that's what I do. And most importantly, guess what? I keep my motherfucking mouth shut, except for this podcast, obviously. Here I talk as much as I want. But who's listening? Who's listening? Except for you guys. You guys are the fucking shit, bro. Whoever you guys are listening, the 70, 80, 90 views, you guys are the shit. You guys are listening. But who are you going to tell? You're not going to tell them. If you're listening to this, then that means that you fuck with me and you're not going to tell. You're not going to tell him, hey, yeah, you know, he did mention something about, you know, what he brings to the table and how loyal he is and all that. But that's it. What else are you going to tell? I ain't saying nothing crazy. You know how many superstars I've hung out with since I've lived out here? 3. 3. I guess that wasn't such a exciting number. But you know what I mean. Like, I've hung out with them. Like last week I was hanging out with Tiffany Haddish, for God's sakes. And I love Tiffany Haddish. If you know me, you know that I love Tiffany Haddish. When I met her in 2021, she went to Miami for the second time, and she had to do her redemption show because the first time she did it in New Year's, she was roofied or something. She got super drunk and didn't put on a good show because she was super just messed up. Something happened to her, like she had some type of weird reaction to the party that she went to the night before at wherever she was at. And so she did her redemption show. She killed, and she looked beautiful. What was that book? The Last of the Black Unicorns came out. She just had been on David Letterman's show on Netflix. My mother was a huge fan of hers, and she was just talking about her. And then all of a sudden, I'm at a show at the Olympia Theater with her, where my friend Julie Baez was opening up for her. And then she just had this glow about her, and she even FaceTimed my mother and told her that she would date me, but I'm too young, as a joke, obviously. Or maybe she wasn't joking. I don't know. She's a beautiful person. Then she said, all I want to do is bring light into people's lives. Anyone that I come across, I want to bring light into their lives. And I never forgot that, because she did bring light into our lives that day. And then afterwards, we went to a Cuban restaurant. We ate a bunch of Cuban food. She was joking and having a great time with us. She was dating the guy that's, messed up and ended the relationship at the time. I don't even want to mention his name. She was on top of the world, and she was hanging out with us, chilling, breaking bread, hanging out afterwards, FaceTiming my mother. I took a screenshot. I still have it. It's still my mom's proudest moment, by the way, of me. Just meeting Tiffany Haddish. That's my mom's proudest moment. I've graduated college that I didn't want to go to for her. I've done so many things for my mother. I've written poems that I'm writing, and I'm with tears falling down my eyes for her. I've wanted to take bats to men's heads for her. Okay? Her proudest moment of me is when I FaceTime Tiffany Haddish for her. Thanks, Mom. Thanks. I love Tiffany Haddish, and I hung out with her the other day. We were for like more than an hour. We were talking. She's Ahmed's good friend. We're hanging out at the Laugh Factory on Chocolate Sundays. It was great, But I bring that. You think you could badmouth Tiffany Haddish around me? No. You think I'm gonna say one bad word about this woman, this beautiful woman, especially now that I feel like she feels like everyone's against her or kicking her while she's down, because that's what people do, because people are shitty people, especially in this side where everything's about competition and attention and top billing and opportunities. No. I'm going to keep my integrity and loyalty and boundaries intact. I'm going to keep bringing and adding value organically to whatever table I go to. If one person doesn't rock with me out of that crew, then nobody rocks with me. It's like, all right, there's always one. And coincidentally enough, the one that always doesn't rock with me or doesn't vibe with me, even though I'm being so kind, that's how I know they don't rock with me, because I've been nothing but kind to everybody. Serene, Dean, in full effect. But they always have this thing in common about either they're insecure, I'm taller, cuter, funnier, whatever. I don't even mean to make it so superficial, but a lot of times it's that. Like, if you ever look at somebody who hates on me, you have to compare. You do the comparison out of the box. Like, okay, check off whatever it is that I might be jealous of them about, and then check off what they might be jealous of me about, just off of sight and what you know. And I guarantee you, whatever I would be jealous of them about would be less than fingers on your hand, as opposed to them. It's like, oh, well, yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah, Dean, I mean, yeah, obviously he can't, obviously, look at this guy. But that's just the way the game is, man, and I'm used to it. And guess what? Not only am I used to it, but I embrace it now more than ever, because it's God's plan. And I'm not even trying to mean this in a divine, holy, have you heard the good news, Jesus saves kind of talk, but like, whatever you want to call it, God, universe, anything. It's the plan. It's the plan. When people push you away and try to push you down, they're actually pushing you forward to something better. Those same tables that I try to sit down and then one person says, nah, I don't. It tells the group, nah, guys, I didn't like them. Oh, man, it's a 4 or 5 vote. Okay, but you sure you don't like them? We can't have them around if you don't like them. No, I don't like them. And then they push me away off to another table. The table that I get pushed to, it's a bigger table. It's been happening left and right, especially ever since I got here. Because I have nothing but pure intention. And not only that, I'm like exploring. I'm always outside. People are bound to like and reciprocate the same energy that I give off. That's pure. They're bound to receive it. And some of them, not a lot of them just need more time with me around. But some of them instantly like, oh, I know this energy. This is good. This is good. Oh, and he's doing his thing, and he's hustling, and he's funny, and he's making content, and he's surviving in this city, and he's not a drug addict, and he's not Jewish, and he's I'm just kidding. I better stop before the Jewish people really think that I don't like them, man. I love Jews. I love Jews because they don't knock on your door on Sunday morning, right? Like you'll never see a Jew just, hi, do you have a minute to talk about Moses? Never. They don't want nobody else to join them, really. You know how hard it is to be Jewish? You have to, like, meet a rabbi. You have to know people. You got to go to the synagogue for a year. It's like the mafia. You got to get a piece of your dick chopped off more. No way. I dated an Israeli girl for, 2 years. And I was like, yo, you're beautiful, you're hot, but this ain't worth it. Like, and the birthright trip sounds fun, but now, not now. Jesus. Bad time. Anyways, I'm not changing who I am, man. Nothing. Religion, nothing. I'm not changing nothing. I only want to evolve. That's it. Cheers to that. Speaking of superstars, I'll be with Russell Peters at the Miami Improv Memorial Day weekend. Every time that I've gone back to Miami since I moved out here, it's been a bigger and bigger show. Every single time. The last time it was all sold out shows at the Improvs. Oh, wait. The last time was when I had to do business. My bad. But I still did some. That was when I went, back to the trenches and I saw my people and I had to do business stuff and see family and stuff like that. But I'm talking about, like, for work purposes, like comedy business, sold out shows. The David Lucas one, the Have Not one, the D. Ray Davis show, like all of them. And then, of course, the Russell Peters one in Dana that we killed. So now we're going back. Now I'm going back specifically for this one, for the Russell Peters one, Memorial Day weekend. Memorial Day weekend. Jesus Christ. I used to leave the city when I lived in Miami for Memorial Weekend. Because if you live there, I mean, Miami's already kind of dangerous. It's getting even more dangerous now. But during Memorial Weekend, I was like, it was rough. Shut up, dogs. You have a lot of dogs barking during Memorial Weekend. Human dogs. Row, row, what's up, girl? Row, row, row. Girl, come here. All the hoes come out. Even in droves. Even more so than they are already over there. Miami's messy, man. Miami's messy, dude. That's why Lionel Messi moved over there. Just so motherfuckers can have a jersey with their description on the back with his name. It's spelled differently, but it means the same thing. Messi. Don't ever try to wife up a Miami girl, bro. Miami is the Latin Las Vegas. The rent sugar baby capital of the country right now. Rent a Latina sugar baby capital. I still love them though. Ugh, God, so annoying. It's because I do well over there. I do very well. and I'm just so used to them, and I know how to, I know how to, you know, you know, Poppy knows, but that's gonna be a great weekend. So if you're in the city, in Miami during Memorial Weekend, holla at me. We'll probably do another yacht again, and that's it. And then June comes around, and I have some more big announcements for June, but I can't say anything yet. Let's focus on May. That's right around the corner. And then we'll get to June when the time comes. We got to go through this Netflix is a joke week. I will be out and about, just meeting, rubbing elbows, doing more shows here and there. Supporting's a big key to my whole come up over here. Once you get to a certain point, a lot of people don't like to support, bro. I just don't get it. I mean, maybe I don't get it because I'm not at the super busy point yet. And then maybe I'll get it where the free time you want to do anything but see comedy, especially your peers or people that came up under you. I don't know. I've always been a fan of comedy, period. I'm a fan first, comedian second, businessman third about it, and kind of in that order. As a fan, I mean student as well. It's you got to be a student of the game. But I think that'll never die with me. I love seeing funny people, like naturally funny people. I love seeing comedians. I wish I could be a comedian. I'm not. I'm a people's comedian. And to me, that is the moneymaker. And then every once in a while, you have a comedian, and people comedian at the same time that are just these monsters, like Jeff Ross or somebody like that. Like CK, Louis CK as well. And just these animals, but if I could just master a people's comedian, maybe one day I just might be a comedian's comedian just by accident. I don't know. I just want to focus on the pen. That's what I was saying. Like, next time Netflix comes around, I'm definitely going to be on it. But I only want to be on it if my pen is sharp and translate well via HD 4K. And because, of course, your boy's going to be looking good either way, right? I could go up there saying knock jokes right now and just get 100,000 views just based off of Poppy's look, right? I mean, come on. But, that's neither here nor there. Huh? You name me another Hispanic comedian as pretty as me. You name me one. And if they better be a real comedian, too, like a real stand-up comedian. I don't want to hear, what about whoever the fuck, what is his name? You don't know what's his name. Who? Marcelo Hernandez, he's adorable. And he does do his thing. Like, as far as, like, when I see him out, girls love him. He's on TV, of course. They have this look in their eye like, please fuck me. Please. Of course. He's on TV. He's funny. He's great. All that. But I'm pretty. I'm 6'2", for God's sakes. My dick looks like this microphone. Now that's weird for me now, putting it back near my mouth. But you get what I'm saying? Like, guns, like, I'm pretty. I'm hot. You can't name me another hot Hispanic comedian. And I'm not saying this to throw shade, but like, they're all fucking hideous. They're all cute, like in a ugly bulldog way, almost, right? Oh, then I wonder why they don't let me sit at the tables. Whatever, bro. It is what it is. Nothing can stop me. Nothing could ever stop me. Nothing. I was just thinking about this today too. I was, I had a great week, and if you know me, I went through a pretty narcissistic ending of a breakup that kind of broke my spirit for a little bit. I was semi traumatized, but the thing that I noticed when I finally allowed myself to accept the reality of that breakup was, oh, it didn't break my drive, not one bit. Even if I was like sad and I was like, crying or whatever, let's say, my alarm will go off and beep, boop. Oh, time to go to the mic. Oh, damn, 7:30 already? Mic time. And then, think while in the car, like, you bitch, you wow, you little whore. How dare you? Park, and then, hey, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Everybody good, man? Any Puerto Ricans in the building? Oh, never is. Fucking you, motherfucker. Hey, how you doing? Hey, you eat ass? Thank you, everybody. And then I leave, and then, never missed a beat. Never even crossed my mind to miss a show, a mic, nothing. Straight go mode when it comes to this comedy. Nothing can stop me. No one can stop me. Not even myself. Being what I thought at the time was heartbroken, spirit crushed. Nothing can stop me. Whatever it is that you feel you get like that about, put all your energy into that, into elevating that, into nourishing that, into protecting that. Because people will try to discourage you. I read a meme that said, if you let people treat you like who you know you're not, you're going to forget who you are. Be around people that know who you are and respect who you are. And it's whatever that is that I just mentioned before that you feel like that about. That's who you are. Don't let no one. Don't let no one mess with that. That's like somebody messing with your kid, let's say, because that's your inner child as well. That's your inner being. That might even be your sole purpose for living. Don't put it away for no one. Don't put it aside for no one. Don't tone it down for no one. And not only did I not turn it down for anyone, I turned it up double when they thought that they could diminish it. And I thank God for that every day. And I think that's where I'm at. I know that's where I'm at. Nothing can stop me. Nothing can stop you. Remember that. If you don't want to be stopped, if you stop by yourself and you just settled and made camp, made your family, made a nice little chimney fire, you built a nice wooden table for your family, and made a nice rug out of a bear skin that you shot or something, you made a nice fort for your family, and that's where you want to settle at and live out your days. That's fine too, That's absolutely fine. But if you're a dreamer who turned your dreams into goals, who turned your goals into accomplishments currently, because it never stops, right? There's always another goal. There's always another accomplishment that turns into a bigger goal. Never let anything stop you, period. And with that, guys, salud. Your boy's going to jump in the shower. and still ride this high from this legendary week that I'll never forget in April. Monumental strides have been made, and more monumental strides will be made. And soon, very soon, monumental money will be made as well. Trust. I love you guys. Mad at the world. Follow me on Instagram if you don't. Dean_Gonzalez, number 3 at the end, right before the Z. You'll see me. Check out my TikTok as well. I should live on TikTok. I don't, but I should. Imagine I get popular on Instagram and then they go ahead and ban it like the way they want to. That'd be, oh god, that'd be so annoying. Anyways, and yeah, come to one of my shows if you're in LA. I might be in Phoenix very soon as well. I'm gonna confirm that. San Diego, the 9th of May, Cinco de Mayo, Irvine Improv, and the 2nd of May, I will be at Nosotros Mezcal. It's a tequila bar, and yeah, love you guys, man. Stay up. God bless. Peace.